All right, so really quick, our learning objective or learning target for today is I can identify angles. So we're going to take a quick look at that word, identify. So when you're able to identify, you can notice, you can pick it out, you can determine, you can distinguish, all of those words. I can identify angles. So before we get into identifying angles, we're going to take a moment to review and recap some very important vocabulary that we'll have throughout this section this week. The very first vocabulary word that we're going to focus on is the word point. So when we're talking about geometry, point is going to be at an exact location. A lot of the times when we're dealing with this within geometry, you'll see it indicated by a point along with a letter. Once again, a point is going to be an exact location. Another term that we'll refer to often is going to be line. Now, when we see line, line is going to be a path of points that go in opposite directions. So a lot of times, maybe if you heard your parents saying, oh, from A to B, that's what we're talking about, a line, a path that goes in opposite directions. In addition to point and line, we also have a line segment. Once again, and that word is line segment. Very similar to a line. However, that line segment is a part of a line with two endpoints. So when we say endpoints, going back to what we talked about earlier with points, a line segment is going to have two endpoints where it's going to come to a stop. Last but not least, another term that we're going to talk about, you're going to see often, is going to be ray. Now, ray works a little bit different because it's actually a part of a line that has one endpoint and continues in one direction. So when we say one direction, notice I have those endpoints. However, it's going to continue only in that one direction. So very quickly, those are some terms that we need to know before we enter into this section.